You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion. Delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And of course, we're celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Let's see what we've got to celebrate today. Let's see. Let's start and buy a musical instrument day. Rent it first. If you've got kids that want to play a musical instrument, is it Monday? If you've got kids that want to play a musical instrument, rent it for a while. See if they really play it. See if they really practice. Let's see what else we've got. Maritime Day. Okay. Solitaire Day.
It is what it is.
I got to get to the good stuff. What are we having beaten anorexia? National Vanilla Pudding Day today. Can we put some whipped cream on the top of that, please? We've got to have no whipped cream on it. Okay. Maybe I like just the whip. Maybe when is National Whipped Cream Day? Wouldn't that just be go straight to the source for me? Okay, let's see what else we got to celebrate today. I've got too many screens open on my computer, so I can't see anything right now. Craft Distillery Day. Is that wine or is that beer? I think I'm not a beer drinker, so I'm going to skip that one. How about Paloma Day? That's a new one. I didn't know what that was. Josh had to inform me that this is grapefruit soda and tequila. So, being the simple guy that I am, what is grapefruit soda? I've never gone down the grocery store and looked and saw any soda that said grapefruit soda, although, maybe there's some grapefruit water, carbonated water. I like strawberry carbonated water. Fresca and Squirt, I'm told, are the grapefruit sodas. Put that in there with tequila. Now, I'm old-fashioned. If you like good tequila, that's for sipping. It's not for shooting it and not for masking the flavor. So if you're going to put grapefruit soda in there, why would you use a real good tequila for that? You can just go get, I'm not specific. I say the same thing on vodka. I enjoy a vodka martini. Give me a couple or 3 blue cheese olives put in there. That's it. Cold in a glass and nothing else. If I want to mask the flavor, I don't care what vodka it is. I was at a wedding this weekend and because I had to drive, I wasn't drinking very much. So I had a vodka and cranberry juice. Does it matter what kind of alcohol you're using, what brand name? If you're going to put something like cranberry juice, it's got a fairly overpowering taste. I'm just throw that out there for you. I value your opinion. Tell me what you have to say about it. Let's take a look and see what the markets are doing now. Dow Jones Industrial Average is now down 75 points. S&P 500 is down 5.76. NASDAQ is, I'm sorry, the S&P 500 is up 5.76. NASDAQ is up 59.5. Oil still trading at 71.86. It's been in the low 70s for quite a while, and the 10-year Treasury is back at 372. Ow! I guess I shouldn't say ow, because if you are a senior living on fixed income, 372 is good. But if you're a bank that needs liquidity and needs cash to pay off things, 372 may not be such a good thing. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. And I was going to save this for the mortgage. Well, you know something? I'm going to save it for the mortgage minute. I don't want to get into it too much right now. But in the mortgage minute, I'm going to tell you why the increase in that yield is a lot of the problems that we're seeing right now. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Yeah, the debt limit is still one of the biggest issues in the marketplace. We're watching that for everybody. That debt limit and the debt discussions. So the president came back from his latest vacation. Oh, I'm sorry, from his latest trip. He might have to have somebody tell him where he was, because we know the president doesn't remember these things very well. He might have to have one of those 6 or 7-year-olds, I think it was, that was at the White House helping him understand where he had been recently. But I saw a graph earlier today, and it's basically showing U.S. consumer debt, $17 trillion. $17 trillion. And people are wondering, how do we get out from this debt? How does it pop? And that's not even counting the federal debt, $17 trillion. Mortgage debt, credit card debt, home equity lines of credit, cars, credit cards, student loans, 17 trillion. And people wonder, why the government thinks that they can borrow all this money for everything. I'm just throwing that out there and saying, they've got the spending problem, but so does the American population. And we're going to have to get control of it, because now we're starting to see that there are different programs. People want to buy a house. Sorry, you can't, because you've got too much debt. Your debt to income ratio isn't working. Now, I have shared with you in the past, and it's growing, the population right now of individuals who are going with non-traditional financing. So you want to buy a house, non-traditional financing does not have to follow any of the rules that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have set out there. Don't have to follow income. They don't have to follow bank seasoning of money. If you want to borrow the money to get a new house under certain types of programs, yes, it is doable. There are also those people that, maybe they want a little more for their house than the market's willing to pay. Throw that out there as well. There are those institutions that are available for that too. So just throwing a little bit of information to you to let you know that, listen to Ron Siegel Radio. We've got all these. Nobody's probably told you this one. I haven't heard it anywhere other than a conference call that I was on Friday. And yes, I was able to validate it. There's a bill going through the United States Congress to allow preschool teachers, K through 12 teachers, K through 12 special educators, police, fire, EMT, all to buy a house with no money down up to the county lending limit and no mortgage insurance. Sounds a lot like the VA home loan, but it is going through the Congress right now. And with the approval rating of the Congress, don't you think they want to have something that they can say they did this year that everybody likes? I think this might be that item. We'll talk about that more and more as the days and weeks come, but you got to listen to Ron Siegel Radio. And when we come back, I've got a lot to go over with you. In fact, it's been our list of topics has been growing since I've been on the air. Why buyers need an expert agent by their side, understanding buy now, pay later plans, decoding the puzzle, the factors that determine your VA interest rate, all that and more. Reach me anytime off air, number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you own a luxury home or planning to purchase one? If so, your home may be your largest asset, but your mortgage may also be your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team is offering amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates in the 3%, and 15-year rates in the 2s. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com or call me directly. My number is 800-306-1990, licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
March Madness might be over, but the game is still on for home buyers. Don't let misrepresentation of home appreciation outlook get you down. The FHFA says that despite the Fed doubling interest rates, home prices are just down less than 1% from their peak last June. What are you waiting for? It's time to shoot your shot and start your home buying journey with rsrmoney.com. They will guide you through every step, making the process as smooth as a three-pointer. Visit rsrmoney.com now and make your dream home a reality.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs, the products. Do you have a phone? Make the call, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. Now, let's talk about this. Let's take a look at it every day at this time. OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 42% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. Let's take a look and see what the loans did on Friday. We don't have APRs. We do not know what the buyers paid in points or received in points. All we know is interest rate from OBMMI. 30-year conforming, 6.632 up. 30-year jumbo, 6.72 down a little bit. 30-year FHA, 6.559. That was up. 30-year USDA, that was down just a little bit. That's in the rural areas. Generally no down payment, 6.498. And the 30-year VA loan was up a little bit, 6.293. And today that's based on Friday. That's all Friday's activity. Today, the 10-year Treasury is up 2 basis points, 3.72. S&P 500 is up 7.48. Mortgage-backed securities are down 14 basis points. That means interest rates are up once again, and we're going to tell you why. So here's the issue, and it's pretty simple. It's all supply and demand, and can you say FDIC issues once again? So here's what's going on. Recent activity in the mortgage-backed security market. It's been really frustrating. Seen inflation come down. The shelter numbers finally, as of May 10th inflation report, are finally below where they were a year ago. But rates have not improved. Why would that be? Supply and demand for mortgage bonds. The FDIC assumed $114 billion in treasuries and mortgage-backed securities after Silicon Valley Bank and Signature went under, and they're trying to sell those assets. That's adding selling pressure to the bonds. That's more supply, and unless the demand matches it, that means the prices go down, yield or rates go up. So that's part of it. Additionally, the debt ceiling uncertainty is not helping. This will be temporary, and the selling will be exhausted, but we got to weather the storm for now. Once it's over, the fundamentals will take over, and inflation is on the way down. Federal Reserve. Presidents Bullard and Logan want another hike. We heard from the Fed Chair Powell on Friday, who said that rates may not need to rise as high given credit stress. This sets up for a potential pause at the next meeting. The current odds of a rate hike moved back down to 20%. So that's for the June 14th meeting. Neil Kashkari said it could go either way for a pause at their next meeting, but even if they do, they should not signal they're over, and they should remain data dependent. Mr. Kashkari, you've been wrong every time for a while because you're looking in the rearview mirror and not looking at forward-looking data. He also said if the Fed doesn't reach 2%, they lose all credibility. Does that mean they have some credibility right now? Problem is, Fed is looking at old data. We know when it gets to 2% inflation, will be much lower. This is the same reason we got into this inflation mess in 2021. CPI only showed 1.5% inflation, but real inflation was much higher as shelter costs skyrocketed 15%. But that was not captured due to the lag. If the Fed started hiking sooner and stopped buying mortgage-backed securities and treasuries, we would have likely avoided this entire mess. These guys are always looking at old data instead of what's going on currently. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So let's take a look. Josh, do we have that Borrow Smart segment queued up? Great. Okay, so let's talk about, because I want to talk about this a little bit. So we've got this information that comes in, and we're constantly looking about, where are we heading? and household debt in America. I think a lot of people are starting to feel that pinch. Are you feeling the pinch of rising household debt? You're not alone. Let's dive into the numbers and see what's really happening. Welcome. This is another enlightening episode brought to you by Ron Siegel Radio. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of household debt in America. And yes, we do have a graph to show you of household debt in America. $17 trillion. $17 trillion. The biggest chunk of this debt comes from mortgages, followed by student loans, auto loans, credit card debt. Each of these has its own story. Mortgage debt is the largest contributor. With real estate prices soaring, it's no surprise that mortgage debt is following suit. Next up, student loans. The cost of education is skyrocketing, and so is the debt that comes with it. Auto loans and credit card debt also play a significant role. With the cost of living on the rise, many Americans are relying on credit to make ends meet. So what does this all mean for you? It means that if you're feeling the pressure of rising debt, you're not alone. But here's the good news. RonSiegelRadio.com. We're committed to helping you navigate these financial waters. Whatever it's understanding your mortgage options, finding ways to tackle student loan debt, or managing your credit card usage, we've got resources and advice to help. Go visit rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Get your budget set, monitor your asset accounts. Visit RSR Money to access a wealth of information designed to help you take control of your financial future. Bottom line, remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about your debt, the better equipped you'll be to manage it. So don't let the rising tide of household debt overwhelm you. Take action today. Visit rsrmoney.com and empower yourself with the tools and knowledge to navigate your financial journey, because at the end of the day, your financial well-being is our top priority. And don't forget, you can get registered on RonSiegelRadio.com, RonSiegelRadio.com, and get all kinds of information. We're here every weekday, and you'll notice we record the broadcasts in the morning, and then we're played on our ABC News and Talk AM 1490, both audio and video in the afternoons. So we've got this great information for you. We bring you the information as quickly as we find it, like the legislation that's going through Congress right now to help our teachers and first responders, various categories of folks, buy a new house, no money down, no mortgage insurance. Now, the bill has not passed yet, so I can't say for certain what the final program is going to look like. But if you send us an email, rj@ronsiegelradio.com, rj@ronsiegelradio.com, and put in the subject line, New Hero Program. New Hero Program. We'll go ahead and we'll put you on a list of folks that are looking to buy a house, and maybe you just don't have enough money to do it, and this program might be right for you. Now, you can also let us know if you're one of those folks that want to buy a house, but maybe you need some creative financing. Maybe you need a lender or an investor that will help you, that you don't have the down payment, maybe. You maybe don't have the amount of monthly mortgage payments or the documentation for your income, documentation for your source of your down payment. There are programs out there. These are not traditional lending programs. These require specific investors and hedge funds that want to partake. Are you going to get the same interest rate as you would get if you went with a conventional Fannie, Freddie, or government loan? No. But if you can afford the payment and the down payment, isn't that what really matters? Maybe you're paying a little more for the property, but you can afford the payment and the down payment. Isn't that what really matters? Just throw that out there for you. Again, if you're thinking about buying a new house, let us know, rj@ronsiegelradio.com. And you should make sure you're getting our home buyer's guide, rsrhbg.com, rsrhbg. so you make sure you're on track to get what you need. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, why buyers need expert agent on their side. We'll talk about that. Understanding buy now, pay later plans, what you need to know, and the factors that determine your VA home loan interest rate. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit RSRNoDebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit RSRNoDebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. RSRNoDebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. RSRNoDebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to RSRNoDebt.com. RSRNoDebt.com.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit RonSiegelRadio.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local
solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by RSRmoney.com, RSRmoney.com. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Why buyers need an expert agent by their side. The process of buying a home can feel a bit intimidating, even under normal circumstances, but today's market is still anything but normal. There continues to be a very limited number of homes for sale. That's creating bidding wars and driving home prices back up as buyers compete over the available homes. Navigating all this can be daunting if you're trying to do it alone. That's why having a skilled expert to guide you through the home buying process is essential, especially today. Bankrate shares this perspective, quote, "Advice and guidance from a professional real estate agent can be invaluable, particularly among a hot or unpredictable housing market. Here are just a few of the ways a real estate expert makes a big difference. Experience. Real estate professionals know the ins and outs of what's happening today, how it impacts buyers, and how to navigate any hurdles that may pop up. Education. Knowledge is power when it comes to buying a home. Your advisor will simply and effectively explain market conditions and translate what they mean for you so you can feel confident in your decision. Negotiations. Your real estate advisor advocates for your best interests. Having an expert on your side provides assistance with the purchase agreement. An agent can also help you negotiate potential seller concessions if the inspection reveals issues with the home. Contracts. Real estate advisors guide you through the disclosures and contracts necessary in today's heavily regulated environment. Pricing. Making an offer and negotiating with a seller can be one of the most difficult and stressful parts of the home buying process. A skilled agent will help you understand what similar homes are selling for so you have the full picture of what you may want to offer. All these reasons combined may be why 86% of recent buyers used an agent according to the latest Home Buyers and Sellers Generational Trends Report from the National Association of Realtors, NAR. NAR also has this to say about why an agent is so essential today. Quote, "A great real estate agent will guide you through the home search with an unbiased eye, helping you meet your buying objectives while staying within your budget. Agents are also a great source when you have questions about local amenities, utilities, zoning rules, contractors, and more," unquote. What's the key to choosing the right expert? It starts with trust. You'll want to know how you can trust the advice they're giving you, so you need to make sure you're connected with a true professional. No one can provide perfect advice because it's impossible to know exactly what's going to happen at every turn, especially in today's market. But a true professional can give you the best possible advice based on the information and situation at hand. They'll help advocate for you throughout the process and coach you on the essential knowledge you need to make confident decisions. That's exactly what you want and deserve. Bottom line, it's crucial to have an expert on your side who is skilled in navigating today's housing market. If you're planning to buy or sell a home this year, let's chat. You have a real estate advisor on your side. I will introduce you to one. Yes, I have a license. No, I am not qualified to be a realtor. So are 90% of the other realtors out, or so there are 90 other licensees out there in the marketplace are not qualified either. That's the Real-Time Real Estate segment, again, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Hey, don't forget, get the Home Buyer's Guide if you're thinking about buying, rsrhbg.com, rsrhbg.com. I think I've mentioned that one already in the broadcast, but I say it because I am a big fan. We come out with these every quarter to help you, rsrhbg.com. And I should have mentioned earlier, I didn't do this in the last segment. I should have mentioned this. If you are that family that's having a lot of financial stress in your life, get that two-step, rsr2step.com, rsr2step.com. We put this together to help you. It's a two-step process for getting you out of debt. And right now, we know that interest rates have been going up in the last week or two. We don't care because it's still way below what your blended household interest rate is. We've got a blended household interest rate calculator that will document this for you. But more importantly, What is your debt service? The amount that you have to pay every single month to keep your bills current, keep the alligators away from your behind. Well, when you put it all into a new home loan, most people, if you qualify, and I'm not going to say that everybody qualifies, but most people, when they put them into the calculator and do this two-step, you're going to save a lot of money every month. You can apply that to the principal and cut down on your duration of your home loan. But remember, what we're going to then do is we're going to go and in 6 to 12 months, interest rates should be lower. We're heading toward a recession. Most economists say that. Again, we don't have guarantees on any of this, but we're probably going to go into a recession. Recessions generally mean interest rates drop. If that happens, that's the second step. You're restructuring out of that interest rate that you got today and into that lower interest rate. Now, I can't guarantee where interest rates will be, but I can tell you historically, I think every recession we've had in the last 40 years, interest rates have gone down. I think that's an accurate statement. Just be aware, we're watching all of those things for you. So rsr2step.com, rsr2step.com. Borrow Smart segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com. Decoding the puzzle, the factors that determine your VA loan interest rate. Ever wondered how the interest rate on your VA loan is determined? It's a question that puzzles many, but today we're going to unravel this mystery right here on Ron Siegel Radio, your trusted source for all things financial. Let's dive in. First, the role of the Federal Reserve. Firstly, it's crucial to understand the role of the Federal Reserve. While they do not directly set your VA loan interest rate, their actions significantly influence it. When the Fed changes the federal funds rate, it causes a ripple effect on all types of interest rates, including VA loans. But good news, as I just mentioned, when interest rates drop, which they generally do during a recession, there is something called an interest rate reduction loan, so you can get your VA home loan interest rate reduced. Second point, influence of the market. Market plays a significant role. Interest rates fluctuate based on supply and demand in the financial market. When the economy is booming, interest rates tend to rise. Conversely, in a slower economy, rates often drop to stimulate borrowing and investing. Point number 3, your credit score. Thirdly, your credit score matters. Lenders use this as a measure of your credit worthiness. A higher credit score can help you secure a lower interest rate because it reduces the lender's risk. Number 4, the duration. Fourthly, the duration of your loan impacts your interest rate. Typically, shorter-term loans have lower interest rates than longer-term loans. This is because the lender's money is at risk for a shorter period. Now let's look at the lender's margin. Finally, point 5, each lender adds a margin to the base rate to cover costs and ensure a profit. This margin can vary from lender to lender, which is why it's essential to take a look around and deal with a trusted resource, someone that actually understands the VA home loan, like our team, Siegel Lending Team at Geneva Financial. Bottom line, now that you know how your VA home loan interest rate is set, you're better equipped to navigate your home buying journey. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding these factors can help you secure the best possible rate. For more insights and personalized advice, RonSiegelRadio.com, RonSiegelRadio.com. To get your finances in order, RSRmoney.com. Monitoring your credit, assets, banking, budget, RSRmoney.com. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Until next time, stay financially savvy. Thanks for joining us, RonSiegelRadio.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels for more informational financial wisdom and tips. Remember, your financial future is in your hands. Make it count. Just throw that out there for you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, let's see, buy now, pay later plans. What you need to know. We're going to talk about that one, and we'll have some other giveaways. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you could retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is, you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
March Madness might be over, but the game is still on for home buyers. Don't let misrepresentation of Home Appreciation Outlook get you down. The FHFA says that despite the Fed doubling interest rates, home prices are just down less than 1% from their peak last June. What are you waiting for? It's time to shoot your shot and start your home buying journey with rsrmoney.com. They will guide you through every step, making the process as smooth as a three-pointer. Visit rsrmoney.com now and make your dream home a reality.
Do you own a luxury home or planning to purchase one? If so, your home may be your largest asset, but your mortgage may also be your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team is offering amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates in the 3% and 15-year rates in the 2s. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com or call me directly. My number is 800-306-1990. Licensed under NMLS 217037. Equal housing lender.
March Madness might be over, but the game is still on for home buyers.
Welcome back to
Don't
Ron
let
Siegel Radio. With every market, there are
Home
solutions.
Appreciation Outlook gets you down. The FHFA says that despite the Fed doubling interest rates, home prices are just down less than 1% from their peak last June. What are you waiting for? It's time to shoot your shot and start your home buying journey with rsrmoney.com. They will guide you through every step, making the process as smooth as a three-pointer. Visit rsrmoney.com now and make your dream home a reality.
Thanks, Josh, for that cue.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance
Your
Show
Credit
with
Matters,
local.
brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. Our friends over at Blue Water Credit, they do a great job for the families that we're sending over there to help get your credit cleaned up. And I'm going to suggest there's going to be a whole lot of folks that need their credit cleaned in the very near future. Why? Because, as I mentioned, I think in the B block, there's a whole lot of folks that are having challenges and building up tremendous amounts of debt. Just throw that out there for you. Our friends at Blue Water Credit, they do a wonderful, wonderful job dealing with this. So let's talk about buy now, pay later plans, what you need to know. Ever wonder how buy now, pay later plans work? Today we're going to unravel the mystery and help you make informed decisions. Let's go. Right here, RonSiegelRadio.com, your home for straight talk about real estate, finance, and everything in between. Today we're going to talk about something that's been buzzing in the retail world. Buy now, pay later plans. Intrigued? Here we go. What exactly is a buy now, pay later? It's a payment option that allows you to purchase immediately but spread the cost over time. Sound great, right? But like all financial decisions, it's important to understand the details. There are some clear benefits to these plans. They're convenient, often interest-free, and can help you afford larger purchases. But remember, there's no such thing as free money. Missed payments can lead to late fees, and these plans can potentially impact your credit score. If you're considering buy now, pay later, here are some tips. Always, always, always read the fine print. Make sure you can afford the payments and consider the impact on your credit. Remember, it's all about making informed decisions. So to recap, buy now, pay later can be a useful tool when used responsibly. It's all about understanding the terms and making sure it fits into your budget. Remember, you've got the budgeting tool, rsrmoney.com. So when you're going and doing these things, the issue becomes very simple. The institution is actually not hoping, but they're counting on the fact that you don't make your payment on time. They're counting on the fact that you don't get it all paid off. You know, they're doing these 3-month and 6-month programs. They're counting on that. And what they basically say, remember, here's how it goes. If you make your payment if you pay it off in that 6-month period or 12-month period, whatever it is, then there's no interest. If you don't get it paid off in that period, now you have to make your minimum payments on most of them, but if you don't get to pay it off, if you don't pay it off in that period, then what do? They make your interest retroactive to day one. So what they're doing is they're charging you interest all along the period. And then if you get it paid off in the pay later period, they just void that interest charge. If you don't, they apply that interest charge. So you're not getting a free lunch. They're banking on the fact that you didn't have the money today, otherwise you wouldn't have put it on that freebie for the most part. Some people do it just because it's fiscally intelligent, but a lot of people don't pay for it right now because what they're doing is they're just waiting on time. They're waiting for the timing to be right. So what your focus then becomes, if you don't get it paid, and that's what they're banking on, it's going to cost you more down the road. And I'll share with you a little story. Back in 2005, there was something called a 228 or a 327 loan. It was a subprime loan. Subprime loans were not bad as a loan product. The problem was human nature. So what do I mean by that? The subprime loan said, we're going to lend you the money on your real estate because you've got a lot of equity. We're going to lend you money on that for 2 years or 3 years at a higher interest rate than what might be the market rate. But we're going to pay off all of your debts. We're going to show you that if you get all those debts paid off, then 2 years from now or 3 years from now, that should help your credit score because you're not closing any of your credit cards. All you're doing is getting them paid off. So your utilization is going from 90, 100, 105, 110 down to 0 to 10. That could potentially increase your credit score. Again, potentially, we don't have an exact number, 150 points. Don't rack up the bills again. Wait for the 2 years. Go and buy a cup of coffee at Starbucks on a credit card and then pay it off. or put your utility bills on a credit card and pay it off every single month. Get it paid off before the statement closing date. We've talked about that. You're going to do that on a regular basis. Because you're doing it for 2 years, your FICO scores are going or should skyrocket if you follow the plan. What was the trap in there? What was the problem? It was the consumer. The consumer, even though they had a game plan, they had a roadmap for increasing their scores, increasing their lendability, they would go out and they say, oh, I've got credit again, so I can go and rack up the bills. So the lenders would call them back. You know, if you've got a 24-month, it's a 228, which means you have the fixed rate for that 24-month, and then it would adjust. The lender, the loan officer, would call back after about 21 months and say, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, whoever it might be, are you ready to start refinancing and get that lower rate? You know what the comment was the vast majority of the time? Mr. Loan Officer, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't resist, and I went to Nordstrom and I ran up my bills again. I don't have the credit that I thought I was going to have. I don't have the equity that I thought I was going to have. Can we just do another one of those 228 loans? Because they did not listen. Had they listened, they could have gone into conventional, most likely, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac financing. But they didn't. They went and ran the bills up again, and now they're in trouble again. Was that the lender's fault? No. It was the consumer. Same thing on these buy now, pay later programs. They're encouraging people to buy what you can afford. Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it later. Now, part of that is, like I say, fiscally responsible. If you can get somebody to give you money at no interest, why not? But you have to budget so that you've got it paid off before that balloon payment comes due. Throw that out there for you. That's very similar to what I'm saying. Not quite the same, but those of you that are paying rent, you look and say, well, I could never pay 8 or 9 or 10% interest on my home loan. Well, if you're paying 8 or 9 or 10% interest, there's still a portion of that home loan that's going to your principal, unless you have an interest-only loan or something like that. For the most part, there's still a portion that's going to the principal. The appreciation is still happening. So with all that being said, when you have rent, you have no appreciation and nothing going to principal. You're not growing your net worth at all. So when I talk to you about our investors that are coming out and saying, we've got programs that'll help you buy a house without having all of the traditional documentation, but it may cost a little extra. Guess when the word buying a house comes into that, guess who's getting the appreciation? You. Now, I can tell you what the historical appreciation is. Cannot guarantee future appreciation because we don't have a crystal ball that can guarantee that. Don't know. But if we look at what is the 5-year, 10-year, 63-year appreciation levels for property in a given area, we can come up with a pretty good idea, pretty good indication of what these things are. Just want to throw that out there for you so that you have an understanding of why it may not be a bad idea for your fiscal situation to get involved in some of these non-traditional financing that investors will do one-on-one with you. If you want to be put on a list to keep it be updated when these properties come available, RJ at ronsiegelradio.com, RJ at ronsiegelradio.com. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean for engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.